mechanisms, through all religions in a sense. I don't call myself one religion. I respect them all, but God is first. You feel me? At the end of the day. So
You sound like me a little bit. So talk about your background, how you got involved with music.
Shit, I've been in music since forever, man. My dad he's worked in radio. He used to work in radio. Rest in peace to my pops, but shit, he was in radio for some years, and then when my mother passed away when I was 5, he got a job with Atlantic Records. Once he got a job with Atlantic, man, shit, the experience just from being around him from the age of 5, 6, 7, 8, and on, shit, I was able to just kind of be around it and fell in love with it. So when I was 11, my dad bought me a keyboard, started learning how to produce. Then from there, hip hop was, kind of at its peak in the mid 90s and shit. I wanted to rap, and I just started learning how to write my own shit. And then I was producing and writing, and I said, fuck it. And I just kept going from there.
So who did you end up meeting, like, when you was younger, labels and stuff?
Man, anybody from, I remember being around Boyz II Men, Brandy, Changing Faces, the Braxtons, the Aaliyahs of the world, Lil' Kim, Redman, the whole Def Squad, including DOS Effects. Man, it's a lot of Kwame. I don't know if you remember Kwame. Yeah. Yeah, Mr. Polka Dot himself. A lot of names, man. I try to remember them as I go, but my pops was a hustler, man. He was constantly on the road, constantly fuck with, who's who. I was just having a conversation with my brother earlier about his relationship game. I know this is Mother's Day, and I'm talking a lot about my pops. Happy Mother's Day, by the way, to all the mothers out there. But yeah, it's a lot of people, man, and I appreciate them for that.
So who you say some of your influences were?
Growing up,
yeah,
I would say, growing up, I was big Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre fan. Big Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre fan. Dre was the reason why I wanted to start learning how to produce, was because Dre had this sound about his production that was just unlike anything I ever heard in my life. So I'm like, man, I want to learn how to do this shit. And so my dad bought me a keyboard, and it started from there. So I kind of credit it to Dre. And then eventually I'm from Winston-Salem, North Carolina. We're kind of like in the middle. North Carolina split between Southern influence and hip hop and Northern influence and hip hop. And where I'm from, was kind of like right there in the middle. So a lot of my influences came from the Nas's of the world, Jay, Wu-Tang, you name it. A lot of up north cats.
How close you live to Lil Brother? And where they from?
Lil Brother's from Durham, which is actually where I was born. Ninth Wonder is from where I'm from, though. He's from my city, Winston-Salem. And he hooked up with Fonte and Pooh in college. They went to Central.
Yeah. I had Big Pooh on the show a couple times. That's my homie.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm saying also I had the Baby on too. It's a lot of people out there now. The Baby, J. Cole. I got a movement out there now.
Hey man, look, the baby is one cat I respect a lot, because I saw how he grinded his way from just him, and his movement started with him and it's ended pretty much with him. He's done, pretty much everything he had to do to get where he had to go. It wasn't a lot of cosigns. He hustled his way through it. So mad respect. It's a lot of dope cats out here. The problem that I tell people with North Carolina, as far as the industry itself, it's not an industry. A lot of people who are dope that are from here have to find their way outside of here to make it happen. So
how would you describe your sound?
My sound, to me, I would call it unique, just because, I know when I go into the studio with my process, it comes from a genuine, just kind of from whatever I'm feeling at the time. I'm big on bars, so to speak, but at the same time, I understand the climate of music. A lot of people try to compare me to the Jays of the world just because of just my wordplay, so to speak. But lately, I've tried to keep it a lot more simpler. Just because music is kind of catching a vibe wave now, is more opposed to, preachy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, then my boy, he be wanting me to ask this question. Do you remember your first rap name?
Yeah.
What was
C Money.
C Money? Why they call you C Money?
Man, no, because I named it because you in the 90s, you caught a initial and you threw something dope after that. That was just kind of the thing.
All right.
You know what I mean? Like, it was, if your name was Tehran, it'd be like T Fresh.
Yeah,
you
T
feel
Money.
me?
T Murder, T Dog.
Yeah, exactly. Right, exactly. So that was just kind of the thing, and everybody was doing it. I had a cousin. Matter of fact, his name was Tremaine. His name was T Nice.
All right. And then I want you to just talk about your discography a little bit. Talk about some of the projects you came out with.
As NatStar, I put out my first project in 2005, December, which I may be in the process of uploading. I heard the last guest, shout out to him, by the way, bro. I fuck with the music. He was saying that he had a discography that he's got to re-upload. I got to kind of do the same shit. It's about 2 or 3 albums that I've done in the past that I need to kind of re-upload just to have it up. But so that's been about 15 years. I probably averaged about a project a year. So I'm anywhere between 13 to 15 projects right now.
I want to say I remember you from MySpace.
Okay,
you out on MySpace days?
I was there. MySpace was
Yeah, I think we might be the MySpace friends. Pause.
Okay.
but I think we were straight outside. I remember your name. That's why I was like, I wanted to make sure.
Yeah, hey, look, I was going hard body on MySpace because that was kind of one of the first times when independent artists had the opportunity to really go at it themselves when MySpace came out. You know what I mean? So like shit, if you had to hustle, you hit MySpace hard. You remember some people got deals from that shit.
Yeah, Soulja Boy.
Soulja Boy got a deal. Tila Tequila, I remember she got hot on there.
Samaya Reese, what her name was.
Yeah, Samaya Reese. Yep. Mm-hmm.
All right, we're gonna go with one of your songs right quick though. Which one you want us to play first?
We got Game Over and Eagle Eyes.
Go to Game Over. You can do Game Over.
All right, for sure. Tell the listeners what that song about.
Wifey wrote that hook.
All right.
Shout out to Wifey. As a matter of fact, she just dropped the record today. If you get a chance, Zatanna Up. I'm on that record too. Shit is bananas. But yeah, as far as that record, I remember I was just making the beat, and I was just talking shit. Just got on there and just started writing, just talking shit. And I left. I remember I left the room for a minute, came back about 30 minutes later, and she's like, "Babe, I got a hook. I got a hook. Like, okay. So she played the beat, and she ran the hook the way that you hear it now. She ran the hook exactly like that. I'm like, yo, that shit is fire. Let's drop it. So she dropped the hook. I laid my vocal on top of that one. Then I laid my second verse, and then originally it was just gonna be just 2 verses and out. And I sat on the record for a minute, and then probably about 2 weeks before I dropped the album, I was like, babe, you gotta lay a verse. So she laid a verse, and boom.
All right, let's do it. Game Over by the homie NatStar. Y'all listening to the Just Two Black Brothers podcast on this beautiful Mother's Day. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
I'm a grown ass nigga with a bad bitch. You fuck with him, a nigga, I'm a savage. You fuck around, go and fuck your last bitch. King shit, Balenciaga, no fashion, nigga. Nigga, I'm just getting cabbage. Paper, who really give a fuck about the status? Ground level to the top's like magic. A nigga elevating, I ain't average. Celebrating every day like it's a fashion.
Can you hear it?
Every day I'm getting cash, nigga. Life ain't a sprint, it's not a dash. Every day I'm shooting for the moon. Crash.
It's on tight.
We on a sweet room.
Yeah, it's tough right here.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Hands in my jeans. Someone cut the nails like the bands in the spring. fall for the throne, I'm a winner. In the zone, on to the next city, catch me in the sprinter, no chrome. All to forget, no text, no phone. Vacate, we on vacate. That's why money on demand, no wait, nigga, you fake. Break out the Bellator, bring the gelato, my nigga. This is the model, my nigga. Yeah.
Hear your song? Cause I got it recording, so it's gonna be on YouTube.
What you say, partner?
No, I was telling Period to turn it up song, cause I'm recording it.
Oh, okay, my bad.
No. Period.
Yeah. Fuck up the check, put up the rest.
Yeah.
Meditate, we don't need stress. Fuck IRS. We'll put away money for the tax. 40%. But y'all niggas even in the bracket. No tenants, nigga, put away the rack.
That shit hard, huh?
Talk, motherfucker, show action.
This shit going in right now.
Dash in this bitch, get it crackin', shit. Fuck the bitch and made it cut.
Yeah, this might be one of our top shows so far with the guests.
Forever we sustain longevity.
Today,
we never not ready for whatever is, whatever you want. Barrel of the blunt, either way you get smoked. I'm back in my bag. Shit you have or you had, bitch, no matter your swag.
A wrestling on tonight.
Name's over. No trust, nigga, keep the thing on. Stay low key, you don't know me, you don't know him. We got trust.
All right.
All about attention, not about attention. Stay alive. It's whatever how you want it, day and time. Every record's caught for the tax. Wheels up, jet, we landing the rocks. That's on everything. We come with everything. On top of every
Shop. myshopify.com. Get you a nice DJ Period t-shirt. You probably can't see it. But yeah,
keep it listen, I can think of some of mine. Queen that side, notorious always from that side. Let's ride. This is the best time.
Yeah, I think I just ordered this shirt too big though. This shirt too big. I like it now. Come back in. Oh yeah.
Y'all can't hear it though. Still playing.
Yeah, this shit dope though.
Yo, appreciate that.
Hey, she said
I expect you drop a bomb on us real quick. Drop the bomb on us. What you say, Period?
She said Notorious like she from Bed-Stuy. She gave a shout out.
Like she from Bed-Stuy.
Yeah. Had a little shout out to Biggie
Hey.
there.
Was she an artist or she just jumped on it?
Oh no, she doing. I'm gonna make sure you get a link. She just dropped something. It was supposed to drop Friday, but it just hit today. With me and her.
About to bring y'all back in. We good. Welcome back. Yeah, that was a banger right there. That's your wife?
Yeah.
Oh,
Shout out to Zatanna, the princess.
She laced it for
the
you.
Empress. Preach.
So what? So I don't know if we talked about your current projects or not. I think we got sidetracked. You talked about all your current projects before we got.
Obviously the last album, Elevated. Shit, I'm working on so much music. I forget all my old shit, even if it just dropped. Elevated.
Yeah,
right. Yeah, that for sure. And then I'm working on a new project called Toast, which probably it'll either be an EP or maybe like an 8 or 9 song album. Wifey working on her EP, Rated X. So we in the kitchen cooking, bro. Feel me?
I say that.
Go ahead, Paul.
No, I say that was a really good song. I was really I wasn't you like dropped the bomb on us real quick. I wasn't expecting that. Like that was really good. I was like, yeah, all right.
Yeah,
that's radio ready right there.
I see. Go
ahead, my bad.
You good, bro? No, you good. I'm listening.
Oh no, I was just saying. I'm thinking that may be one of our next. That we may shoot a video to that next. We've been back and forth about that.
Yeah, that one dope.
Good looking. What you about to say?
I see you got a plaque on the wall. What's that?
Oh, it's to honor my pops, man. I got a couple of them. 1, 2, 3, and I probably got about maybe 3 or 4 more. All the plaques that Atlantic gave my dad when he was working the records. Anytime any of the artists went platinum or gold, anytime they got a plaque, he got a plaque. And
oh yeah, that's dope.
Between me and my brother, he left us about probably 30 plaques, bro.
Damn.
Yeah.
What's that one? What's that one? What's that one right behind you?
That one here is Changing Faces.
Oh, okay.
Matter of fact,
I don't
that's
mind.
their yep. Stroke You.
I don't mind.
It's to commemorate the when they went platinum.
Oh yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah, and on the other side, I got 2 Brandy plaques. One for her gold, and then one for her album that went gold, and then one for her single when I Want to Be Down first drop.
Oh yeah. I remember that. We little young. We youngest back then. I Want to Be Down.
But what? You say?
Listen.
I thought you said he worked at a radio station, and then what did he do in the label?
So he started off in radio, and then when my mother passed, we moved from, I believe we were in Charleston at the time, but I remember when she got sick, we were in Durham. Once she got sick, we started kind of moving around. Then once she passed away, we moved to Winston-Salem, where I grew up. And Sylvia Rohn, as a matter of fact, hired my dad.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, Sylvia Rohn hired my dad. He took a break from radio and did basically industry promotions. He did that for about 10 years, and then he got back into radio after that.
All right. So what's the day in the life for you right now?
Man, probably like the day in the life for you and everybody else at the crib. You know what I mean? You know, I got the studio, so between recording and working, and you know, got my boys here, and you know, talking to the girls, and my brother with me, my wife with me. You know, just surviving the quarantine, man. Trying to stay away from this COVID bullshit.
That shit ain't going nowhere for a minute either, man. That's the crazy part about it.
It ain't going nowhere for a minute. I will be able to kind of light up shit at a slow rate, you know. But what they doing in Georgia right now, they bugging. Like they don't need to be letting people out running rampant. Like, you know, that's not how we do it, man.
And y'all opening the shit that black people frequent though. Nigga, you got all that shit open that the black people go to. Y'all open that shit up ASAP.
Exactly.
That shit stupid. That shit crazy.
They gonna be like, it ain't our fault that black people go there. That's their fault.
Man, look, man, that's crazy. Shit. Exactly. They know they gonna keep the gyms closed, but they open up the barbershops, the nail salons, the malls. Like, what the fuck do we need to go to the mall for?
And you gave them $1,200 and $500 per kid.
Exactly. Walmart's still open.
Yo, they wilding out there.
Selling out fucking big screen TVs and shit. Like, man, they know what they doing, bro. That's why, man. I wish we could all just be responsible and just do what's right. We just need to chill out for a minute. We just need to chill out for a little quick second, let this shit pass, and keep it moving, man.
Like your grandma tell you, go sit your ass in that room.
Go sit your ass in that room.
Exactly. Sit your ass in. I won't go outside. Go sit your ass out of that room.
Sit down. You ain't going nowhere. Or if you leave this house, you're not coming back in. You got a choice.
Yeah. They're gonna find something. Shit, I was at Target. I was at Target. I had to go get some groceries from Target, and man, the line wrapped around the block. Man, they got the dude. He walked up to the front. He like, "Hey man, y'all still got the 50 inches in there for $250?" I'm like, "Nigga, you don't need no damn 50-inch TV right now."
Bruh, they tell you they giving you that. They trying to give you that money to survive. Niggas is out here spending half the check on some bullshit. But you know how we do, bruh.
That's all we do. We the biggest consumers in America.
Consumers in America, and we only 13% of the population, and we don't own shit.
You know what I'm saying? So
it's so crazy.
I was asking you what some of your interests outside of music. What's some of your interests?
Outside of music, I'm somewhat. I say I'm somewhat political. I kind of dabble a little bit in politics. Not much lately, but I keep my, I kind of keep my ear to the streets on, what's going on within the administration and, what the Democrats are doing and what they're not doing, which it seems like they're doing a whole lot of not more than what they are. But that's a whole nother story. Other than that, man, just, culture, anything culture related, like what just happened to Ahmad, shit like that burns me up. I always want to be a little bit more involved in being active, which that's one of my goals. But
so was you jogging for him?
I didn't get matter of fact, I didn't get a chance to on his birthday, which was May 8th, but I may do it tomorrow. I may just take a jog around the neighborhood for real.
But I was saying, what the jogging do for him?
Nothing. That's really honestly, that's my way of saying that's the lightest shit that I can do. Facts. Because at the end of the day, regardless of whether we're jogging or whether even we're protesting, don't nothing move until the inside move. And I think that's the part that Black people seem to forget. Like, we make the loudest noise, but when it comes to really shaking and moving some shit, I mean, you think about it. Yeah, we're not doing it because we're not patient enough to understand the process. It's like you really got to get in there and rub shoulders with politicians and get them to change laws. And that's the shit we don't want to do. We want to stick to what we're good at, and that's just voicing ourselves, being loud and boisterous and spreading the word, like, making sure the internet and everybody just gets riled up about the shit. But when it really comes time to what it takes to make those things happen, we're not willing to show up, like showing up to the polls and shit like that, going and talking to your councilman. We couldn't tell you who our councilmen are, yet we're mad. You know what I mean?
And then we do get people like that, they kill them. Hey, what Nipsey said, city council meeting, they got hustle speaking.
Exactly.
He was out there doing that. He was out there really doing shit like that.
He understood. He was one of the people that really understood, okay, these are the routes that I have to take to make change for my people. I can't be with them in the same protest, like, because to me, it don't matter how much you protest. At the end of the day, the people on the inside that really can make shit happen are just gonna look at those protests the same way that they've always been looked at.
Yeah, facts. A protest said white people ain't shit. They don't care about that. As long as you ain't wilding out, you ain't got no.
As long as you ain't armed. If you armed, they're gonna be on you. If you ain't armed,
but then let the white people be armed. Yeah, the white people be armed if they protest.
Don't do nothing to them either.
Nope. Yeah, they be armed. Yeah, they be armed like a motherfucker if they protest. But what's trending? What's trending right now in North Carolina? Like just what's like a like fashion wise or music wise? Like what's trending? Is it more of a, like you said, y'all split between the northern and the southern? What's trending more though? Like what's more like the baby sound?
Probably, I'd say music wise, the baby sound's trending more in the area. Like even like his partner, Stunner. Kind of got that same, bravado in a sense. They kind of, but a lot of like a lot of rappers like in my hometown in Winston, they kind of got that same. You know how these younger cats they rap ahead of the beat, like they rap real fast ahead of the beat.
Well, they like doing that, but what Silk the Shocker used to do.
Yeah, Silk the Shocker, but they taking it to another level. They doing it. Yeah. They're doing it faster than Silk the Shocker, and it's.
Well, Sugar Free used to do that shit too, though.
Who?
Sugar Free.
I don't remember Sugar Free.
That's a pimp.
Yeah, you gotta listen to Sugar Free. You listen to Sugar Free, okay. your life gonna change.
I'm gonna have to. You know who kind of do it too?
E40
do it a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, listen to Sugar Free though. Your life gonna change.
G Herbo do it too. G Herbo do it.
It's what it is. I remember T Grizzly was one of the first people. T Grizzly and what's his name? Lil Yachty. I remember they had that one song together. I can't remember the name of it, but it's like they a whole half a measure ahead of the beat, and it's like that beat. Yeah. I'm just gonna rap. I'm gonna just do me.
I just throw the beat on it.
Like remember Lil B? Lil B should do that shit too.
Yeah, Bass God.
He was trash though.
I like to you don't want him to curse you, man. He gonna curse you, but chill.
Hey, bro, I think that curse is real, bro, because James Harden couldn't get too far. He was putting them curses on James Harden, boy.
You talking about he gonna curse Corona next? Oh, he's stupid.
Hey, look, I gotta be friends with that guy because I don't know if anything he's saying is true or not. But it be seeming like it.
I say you heard this guy named Black Zach.
I heard of Black Zach. Black Zach is signed. I want to say Black Zach is signed to South Coast.
Oh, okay.
Who the same people that the baby signed?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I had him on the show too.
Okay. Yeah. I haven't heard his music, but yeah, he definitely bubbling. So I will say this: the good thing now, we're in North Carolina. At least it seems like we're starting to get a little bit more respect, I say, than we have been. And hopefully that continues to grow because, you know, the cats that are bubbling out of North Carolina are nice. You know what I'm saying?
And is it East Coast or the South? We did a tournament. Me and Poe did a tournament where we picked 10 rappers from each coast, and I had the East Coast, and I put J. Cole, but some people saying he's South. I'm like, shit, man, it's like East Coast rapper than me.
Well, see, that's where me telling you where I'm from, right?
Yeah.
Winston-Salem is kind of like, it's not technically in the middle of the state, but it's almost kind of like where the line of music culture is drawn, because everything that comes under Winston-Salem is more south, and then anything Winston-Salem and north, like for example, Little Brother, you would consider them what?
East Coast.
East Coast, but they're from Durham, which is still in North Carolina, but it's just 85 north. So it's about an hour north of Winston. And Charlotte is an hour south of Winston. So anything Charlotte and around is kind of more considered south. And anything Winston and above is considered East Coast. And J. Cole's from Fayetteville, which is like, I can't tell you exactly what direction, but I know it's about an hour and some change from Winston.
Yeah, and y'all border on like VA, right? VA and what else? Mm-hmm. Y'all borders on the eastern side.
Yeah, VA, Tennessee, and South Carolina.
Because VA kind of got that issue too with the South and the East Coast sound, depending on what.
Exactly. Exactly. For the most part, VA is for the most part been considered East Coast, like Clips, you know, Missy.
Yeah, what about I remember I was in Jacksonville, North Carolina, and everybody was taking their shirt off, twisting around their head like a helicopter. Remember that shit?
That was a long.
That's PD Pablo. That's PD Pablo.
I think he's the one that put NC on the map, though. That's the first person I heard talking about North Carolina.
He was.
He had the other shit too. How you like it?
Freakily. Yeah. PD was definitely the first to put North Carolina on the map. I think we didn't take that opportunity at that time to do more with what he opened the door for us, and we didn't have anything to follow at that time. But when that song was big, it was huge. But Jacksonville, I would consider Petey more south for some reason. I think
he had that south. He had that beat.
Yeah.
Shit, we was in the military. Me and Poe was in the Marines when that shit came out. Niggas be in a club. They be in a club. That shit come on. Yeah.
Wow.
That shit. That and that shit by Lil Jon with had Crazy Bone on it. No, Lazy Bone. No, was that Crazy Bone on that shit?
Which one?
Okay. What's the shit? I don't give a fuck if you don't. What's that one?
Man, anything Lil Jon put out. Anything Lil Jon put out was gonna tear the club up in the early 2000s. What?
Yeah.
I'm saying, man, we need your vote first. So who gonna win, Nelly or Ludacris?
Am I picking based off of my
who gonna win the Versuz
battle?
Who you think gonna win the battle coming up? They finna battle.
Man, that's a hard one. Ludacris is a better rapper, but I like Nelly as an artist better.
Yeah, I think Nelly got more hits. I think Nelly.
How many albums Nelly came out with?
Nelly got a lot of them.
He do.
Yeah, man, he gonna play that Hot and Her, and he gonna play that Dilemma.
I say Nelly has more. Nelly got more crossover hits than Luda off the rip.
Yeah.
But Luda's a better rapper.
Yeah.
You know,
like
so
if Luda play
if
some of that, yeah, Luda got a shot though.
Luda got some hits. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, he got some shit that.
But I'm gonna have to get that one to Nelly. Nelly done sold. I think Nelly sold way more than Luda.
Yeah, he gonna play that Tim McGraw shit that it's all in my head. I think about it over and over again. That shit gonna go hard.
Yeah.
And I say
Nelly got some hits, bro.
I say is it a versus what verses you haven't seen yet that you would like to see?
Man, I know it ain't gonna happen, but Jay-Z versus Nas.
But you already who's gonna win that one. You already know who's gonna win that one.
I don't care about the hits with that. I just want to see them niggas go back and forth. I don't even care who wins. I just want to see them two on a live playing their music back and forth.
It's gonna be like because the Jay Nas were gonna be just like the one we saw last night. They're gonna be trying to show love to each other and shit. It ain't gonna be no real. It ain't gonna be no real battle. It ain't gonna be no real battle.
They still the fact that Jay-Z dropped that damn Carter shit the same day Nas dropped his album, that kind of they still got some little grudges going on.
You think so?
Hell
but
yeah!
I don't think they're gonna do it in public.
Huh?
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna do it in the public though. I think they might behind the scenes. They might have some shit, but if they did a versus shit, they'll probably want to just show love, then to give people some drama shit.
Yeah, I say, can you give us another one? Because that one might not happen. So can we get another one?
That one ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, give us another one. Or it's gonna be a show. You're gonna help us on our Thursday Night Fights show. So give us another one. We'll use that on our Thursday Night Fight show.
What about Wayne and Drake?
Okay. Ooh,
that would be a good one though, man.
That's blasphemous though. You can't do that.
That is blasphemous. It's like
that's Mr. Miyagi versus Daniel's son.
Exactly. That's what makes it even that more interesting. Because I was gonna say J. Cole, but J. Cole don't really have the hits. He just has the body of work.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I feel like his fans will come out crazy too, though. Now that I think about it, I don't know. Maybe Drake versus J. Cole.
Nah, I like a. You know what? I need to see one with Rick Ross though, man.
Ross versus
man.
Ross
who would he go against?
I want to see Rick Ross and Pusha T.
Oh, 2 Chainz. Oh, Ross and
Ross and 2 Chainz, bro. That should have been ill as fuck.
Yeah, that should have been fine. Even though Ross gonna win that, but
he would. But
got some shit.
Ross will win that shit. But I don't think that. I fuck with 2 Chainz heavy. I fuck with 2 Chainz heavy. I would hate to see 2 Chainz lose to Ross like that if that happens. Because I think Ross in a sense Ross got hits.
I think Ross got to go against Drake.
But look, give me a 2 Chainz song. No, I'll give you a Ross song right now. You give me a 2 Chainz song that'll probably compete with it. Like I'll give you wait, Poe, give me a Ross song. Aston Martin music. Give me a 2 Chainz song you put against that. Yeah.
A 2 Chainz song that I put against that.
Man, I love strippers.
Oh.
That shit hard, huh?
I gotta go with
man, I love those strippers. Man, I love those strippers.
You said Aston Martin music. You could put Rule the World. You could put. I'm going pop. I'm kind of going a little commercial because that song was kind of commercial. So Rule the World.
But I said, what about Birthday Cake? That's the hardest shit he got.
Birthday Cake would
People
be dead.
Birthday song with Kanye.
Birthday song. I just wouldn't. I wouldn't.
You be playing that shit on your birthday, waking up all happy.
Not against.
I wouldn't put it up
Aston
against
Martin
Aston Martin music. I would play Rule the World up against Aston Martin music. Because you got Ariana on there.
What about John? No, not even John. What about BMF by 2 Chainz? What you gonna play by 2 Chainz?
You said BMF?
Yeah, I was thinking about that shit he had with he got that damn song with Drake and Wayne that took the Jeezy. They had the Jeezy beat. I Do It.
Who,
I think 2 Chainz. It's 2 Chainz, Drake and Lil Wayne. It's called I Do It.
Oh yeah, thank God for the first nigga start rapping. Thank God for the first nigga start trapping. Thank God for the first nigga start stripping.
That shit's so hard.
I got a problem with the niggas.
But that's Jeezy beat. That's Jeezy beat.
That's Drake's song though.
No, that's on 2 Chainz. That's on 2 Chainz' second album with based on a true story too.
Yeah, that Gold album, the Gold Chains, the 2 Chainz.
Yeah. But that BMF, that'll be a tough one, man.
But yeah, we going down a rabbit hole.
I'm trying to think what, and then Ross's favorite project. My favorite Ross project has got to be God Forgives. The God Forgives and I Don't.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
And I don't even know if it's
though. He never came out with nothing that you could just say it was whack. None was whack. Some of them you might really like, but he ain't had no whack one. Yeah, I like that God Forgive I Don't. It's one that got diced pineapples on it and stuff.
Yeah, bro. And then he had the 10 Jesus pieces.
Yeah.
The Maybach Music 4, which is probably the best one to me.
Yeah, one of my favorite tracks by him that people don't really talk about it a lot is that shit with the Dream. That Money Dance. Man, that's my shit.
Yeah, I like that Three Kings though.
Oh yeah.
Three Kings was dope. Fun fact though, I took on Maybach Music, the Maybach Music 4 on that album, I sampled the very end when they went off, when Neo kind of went off and they just switched the beat. I sampled that shit, made a whole record out of it. Check it out when you get a chance. It's on my project Dreamer. It's called Been Dreaming.
Okay, yeah. I gotta check that out.
Yeah, check that out when you get a minute.
I usually ask everybody the same question, man. If you could sit down with anybody in the world, in history, who would you sit down with and what would you want to talk with them about?
It'd probably be Jay. And I say Jay just because of, the obvious reasons. Me doing what I do, but me also being interested in forming, millions to billion-dollar businesses, and how to also take that influence and give back, to our people, to better our communities and shit like that. That would be a conversation that I know I'd be able to walk away with some knowledge that'll help me fulfill, shit that I've been wanting to fulfill all my life, is, not to just be successful, but to be better for my generation, for the generation after me, my kids, and put us in position to be wealthy as a people. And I feel like that conversation with him will give me everything I need to take those steps.
Yeah, he got a lot of game. He ain't gave nobody. Probably.
Yeah, I said we gotta sneak into his Rock Nation brunch next year.
I'm telling you, man.
Get up in there.
You, look,
there's too much money up in there and shit.
I'll be back door like a motherfucker, sneaking around with my suit on and just try to fit in until they kick my motherfucking ass out.
Nah, I'm saying the only reason people you could probably sneak in. The only reason you get kicked out if you be sitting there, people be all with their damn phone and doing
with their phones. Oh
yeah. Yeah, I'll be chilling. They wouldn't know who I am.
You could take my phone. I don't give a fuck. I just need to be there to just be it. It's at the end of the day, just being around the energy it's everything. And then if you cool with these motherfuckers, you getting gain. That shit is valuable. You feel me?
Yeah.
And they probably got a code there. Yeah.
I don't know if you notice how Yo Gotti, ever since he been hanging out with Jay-Z, loving him up.
Brad, I'm telling you, becoming more and more of an activist. I've been seeing Yo Gotti do all type of shit. Like I heard about what he did in Mississippi.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just dope as fuck.
My cousin actually go to prison in Mississippi. That shit messed up.
Is it as bad as they say?
Yeah, he said it's bad. Parchment, that shit already bad, man. That should be kind of almost on that life shit. How they be saying how it is on life. It ain't that bad, but it's bad. But it's, my cousin been in jail shit. He a lifelong prisoner. He called me last time talking about he's scared. So.
Oh shit, because of this corona shit.
It was even a little bit before that. It was already fucked up. So that corona stuff just made it worse.
Nigga, that's the corona got the CO. They like, yo, y'all handle that shit, man. Call us if y'all need us. They in another.
He was already showing even before all that happened, they was just showing man, it just be hella dirty in there. Everything.
Yeah,
flooded.
I saw the pictures and shit. It was rats and shit all over the fucking place. Man, this is ridiculous. I get it. Motherfuckers gotta, they gotta pay their dues for what they did. All right, I get it. But shit, there's still a level of decency that comes along with that shit too. And they just let them fucking just be out there with that bullshit. That shit ain't cool.
Yeah, you can't, man. I said I used to work in a prison in the feds, man.
Word.
The thing is, you just can't have. I mean, my thing is, I got family that was locked up, so I went in there with a different mind state. All right, nigga, I don't know what the fuck you did to come in here. I don't care what you did to come in here. I'm gonna treat you like a man, long as you treat me like one. That was the only thing I ever told him. And we just kept that shit pushing. But the thing with that is because in prison, you like they talking like they say, you ain't got time to be trying to find out who somebody is, what they did, what their record is, what their background is. It's just all about respect, bro. Respect. Yeah. I don't give a fuck if you came in here for a credit card fraud or you came in here for shoot somebody, nigga. As long as you give me respect, we gonna keep it pushing.
Definitely.
But the system is fucked up though, because I don't think you ever could rehabilitate somebody putting them in a prison, like, because the thing is you ain't rehabilitation means you getting this person ready to be a member of society again. So like you can't keep me around. Like I got a little brother that's locked up right now. They denied his parole the other day. I'm like, look, the niggas that he need to be away from is in there.
It's in there. I was just that's what I was gonna say, bro. It's like you can't expect positive rehabilitation by keeping someone in the environment that only perpetuates what got them in there in the first place. Facts. You know what I mean? You're putting them right next, pretty much all in one building, and we already know what time it is. That's just bad energy everywhere.
Yeah. All day too.
All day, every day for years. You know, depending
and they
on
can't
how long
man. I told it. Look, nigga, he need to be out because the shit. He gonna keep being a knucklehead in there.
Yeah,
because that's what you got to do to survive in there. Mm-hmm. If you go in there on some gang, he went in there as a gang member. So like, but ain't no you can't. Go ahead.
Somebody was telling me, no matter what, you already gotta like whatever color you is. That's what gang you is from the top, regardless. Like, you white, you gotta go white. Black is black. Mexican, Asian. So you got to go gang up with something to survive. You can't just go in there with no affiliation.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah, nah.
Or is that like wrong? I mean, if you worked in there, so let me know.
Nah, I mean, like where I was at in the feds, it was almost like a county jail for the feds. So, and the only reason why it wasn't like real, like they had a model for certain people. Like where I was at was like a county jail, but it was federal only. But then they saying like you trade in paperwork for blood. So like if you sitting there saying, yo, you got a U.S. penitentiary in Louisiana, them niggas all sentenced in there. You got lifers in there, nigga. That's where the shit really go down there. Where I was at was like you gonna do a lot of paperwork there because there's a lot of little young niggas there that's gonna act stupid. They still going to court, they going to trial. So they would tell us, y'all got it good because over here y'all trading the paperwork for the blood. Because if you in a place where them niggas are sentenced and they lifers, nigga, you gonna see blood every day. All day long. So where I was at, it wasn't like that because them niggas still had a shot to like gain their freedom and shit. They telling on motherfuckers and shit. So they're going back and forth to court. So they're not giving you that much trouble. Like the only people that gave you trouble was young niggas, man. Young niggas who ain't never did shit, gonna give you the most problem when you're an officer, man. Niggas running around that shit, nigga, that. Bruh, you in here because it's 30 of y'all niggas that got arrested together on some RICO shit. You telling 30 out of the 30 that got locked up, probably like 20 of them gonna tell on the other 10. They're gonna put it on 10 other people. But you got, nigga, I was in there with I was working with people that was in the Gambino family, man. They walk right past my office, bro. Like they robbed Lufthansa at JFK Airport. So the thing is, nigga, they ain't give you no problems, and they giving you respect, bro. Like. Right. They come up to you, hey, how you doing, sir? My name is XYZ. I'm like, nigga, I'm writing niggas' names down so I can Google their ass later. I'm like, oh shit, that's the dude from what's the name? But yeah, wow. Young boys though, they ain't got no sense because in jail the OGs don't teach them. Cause I remember I went up to one of the OGs one time. I'm like, look, man, y'all don't tell these little niggas how to do jail. He's like, we don't tell them little niggas shit. They learn that shit on their own, bro. We ain't telling them little niggas how to do jail, so they don't know how to do it. They in there acting up. They in there causing like look, a real inmate don't want no heat brought on what he got going on in the jail.
Right.
If you sticking niggas up, if you robbing niggas, you doing all this shit, you don't want the CO to know you doing that shit. So you like, hey, how you doing, sir? I ain't gonna cause no problems. Nigga, young nigga walk up to you, say some dumb shit, you go hit his cell, he got they got some fake K2, they got some weed in there, they got a tattoo gun, they got all this shit. I'm like, you dumbass, I would have never known you had that shit if you wouldn't have been fucking with me.
Exactly.
Old head ain't gonna give you no problems in there, man. But
you try and get in, get out, bro. They know what it is.
That's a fact. That's what they told me.
You know,
they say, nigga, do your 8 and go home.
Go home, bro. Like, this shit ain't cool. I think the problem is these young niggas, we attach it. They attach that shit to some shit that's cool.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
cool
oh, this shit is
jail, nigga.
Yeah, nah, that shit is not cool, bro. I went to jail like 4 times. I never been to prison. I always bonded out, but shit, I remember just even those moments, like, nigga, I don't want to be in here. Like,
Facts.
So if I don't want to be in here, ain't no fucking way I want to be out there.
Right.
You know what I mean? And
nigga, that's where they hide your ass in the penitentiaries, nigga. You ain't nobody know where the hell you at. Shit,
bruh. Yeah, no man's land. Real.
Facts. But shit, man, we got one more song to play, and we appreciate